Hello everyone. I am Chavi Sahai. I work as an assistant professor at AISSMS CHMCT. The topic that we are going to discuss today is the organization framework of the housekeeping department. The learning objectives of this lecture are: first, to understand the organization framework of housekeeping department, and second, to understand the hierarchy of the housekeeping department. In the previous chapter, we have studied about the housekeeping department in the hotels. It can be called the heart of the hotel. If I ask you to think about the best hotel that you have visited or seen the picture of, a great hotel on any brochure, what strikes you the most? It would certainly be the neatness, the tidiness, the shiny fixtures, lighting, etc. So who do you think is responsible for creating such a great impression? I'm sure you know it is the housekeeping department. Here are a few quotes related to housekeeping. These quotes again reiterate the importance of housekeeping. Practicing housekeeping is like being caught in a revolving door, which conveys the same point of the continuous effort of housekeeping, that it never stops and it goes on and on. The nature of housekeeping is such. Another quote says, "You leave it, we clean it." Shows that it is our topmost priority to provide our guests with the best services. We must endeavor not only to meet the guests' expectation, but to exceed them. So we start by understanding what is organization structure. What do we mean by that? The organization structure, for example, in a company, would be a system that defines its hierarchy. Each employee's position is identified, including their function and whom they report to within the firm. It clearly lets us know who reports to whom. In other words, who is our immediate supervisor. The organization structure is the way in which a company or an organization or a hotel is organized, including types of relationship that exist between the director, the manager, and other employees. So now we come to the different types of hotel. On what basis do we classify a hotel as a small, medium, or a large hotel? We try and discuss and understand that. Generally, a small hotel would have rooms between 1 to 25 in number. On the other hand, a medium-sized hotel would have rooms between 26 to 100. And a large hotel would typically have rooms ranging between 100 to 300 rooms. Now we come to the organization structure of a small hotel. What does it comprise of? The person who heads the department is known as the executive housekeeper. He or she would be responsible for the entire hotel cleaning and upkeep, and he or she will have two supervisors because the size of the hotel is small, working under him. One would be a floor and public area supervisor, and one would be a linen and desk supervisor. The person who's supervising the room and public area will have room attendants and house persons reporting to her, because the person who work in public area, in housekeeping terms, we call them as house persons. They are generally the junior trainees who need to learn a bit of work before they are promoted to a room attendant. And in the desk and linen room area, the attendants who work are known as linen and uniform attendants. Now we come to the organization structure of a medium hotel. The person heading the department again would be known as an executive housekeeper, and he or she will have a assistant housekeeper reporting to them. Because the size of the hotel would be comparatively bigger, the rooms would be more, the public area would be more, so this assistant housekeeper would be uh, reporting to the executive housekeeper and would be a second in command and would be again responsible for the entire department. There will be roughly 4 supervisors reporting to both of them. One would be a floor supervisor dedicated specifically for the guest room floors. One person, public area supervisor, who will be responsible for the entire public area that covers restaurants, banquets, lobby, all that is covered under public area. Then third would be a linen room supervisor. Linen is one of the most expensive commodities in the hotel. And so to ensure that it is not misused and it is properly controlled, we have a linen room supervisor. And the fourth supervisor would be a desk control supervisor who will ensure that the desk of housekeeping runs smoothly because all the guest calls are routed through the control desk. The people reporting to them would be room attendants would report to the floor supervisor, public area attendants would report to the public area supervisor, and linen and uniform room attendant would report to the linen room supervisor. And we will have a couple of house persons reporting to the room attendant. They are generally junior compared to the room attendant, so they are sometimes attached to the attendants to learn the work. And we will have house persons again in the public area. And then in the linen room, generally in a medium sized hotel, we have a tailor because there are many things that need to be get done by a tailor in medium sized hotels. Now we come to the organization structure in a large hotel. In a large hotel, the person heading the department would be executive housekeeper. He or she will have a deputy housekeeper reporting to him. And again, we'll have a assistant housekeeper reporting to the deputy housekeeper because the hotel will comprise of rooms anywhere between 100 to 300. So more control and more supervision is required. So we'll have a second in command, namely deputy housekeeper, and a third in command, the assistant housekeeper. So these three are jointly responsible for the entire department. Then they have the supervisors working under them. One floor supervisor specifically for the guest room floors. One uniform room supervisor responsible for the uniform of the staff because the hotel is big. So the number of staff that work in the hotel would be large and we will require appropriate control on the uniforms as well. Then we will have a linen room supervisor managing the entire operation of the linen room. Then we will have a night supervisor because the hotel size is big and the public area is generally busy throughout the day. So thorough cleaning happens during the night shift. So to supervise the staff, the large hotels have a night supervisor who ensures that all the public area is cleaned thoroughly from midnight to 6 a.m. Then we have a public area supervisor who would be responsible for the entire public area during the day. And we will have a storekeeper because the hotel is big. There are many supplies, cleaning agents, many things that are required by the housekeeping department. So to ensure that everything is running smoothly, there's a housekeeping store and one person is entirely responsible for managing the store. So we have a storekeeper. Then people reporting to the supervisor would be guest room attendant on the floors, uniform room attendants in the uniform room, linen room attendant in the linen room, and night shift attendant who clean the public area during the night would be known as night shift attendants, public area attendants who maintain that same public area during the day, and one store attendant who will work under the storekeeper managing the entire housekeeping store. So now we've covered the topic for today. We will quickly have a review and we'll have a quiz time. We will recapitulate what we studied today and I'm sure you'll be able to answer. So the first question is, which one best describes the organization framework? Is it A, a system that defines hierarchy? Or is it B, a company? Or is it C, an event? I'll give you a couple of seconds to think about it. Yes, the correct answer is a system that defines hierarchy. Moving on. What is the term generally used to describe the head of a housekeeping in a hotel? Is it A, housekeeping manager? Is it B, housekeeping in charge? Or is it C, executive housekeeper? I'm sure you've guessed it right. The answer is C, the executive housekeeper. Next one. Which of the following is under housekeeping? Is it A, public area? Is it B, the linen room? Or is it C, control desk? Or the last option, D, all of the above? Yes, the correct answer is D, all of the above. Public area, linen room, and control desk all fall under housekeeping. So now we will quickly summarize what we've covered in today's topic. The first point was that organization structure gives us the hierarchy. Next is different hotel types. Small hotel will have 1 to 25 rooms. Medium hotel would have 26 to 100 rooms. And a large hotel would have 100 to 300 rooms. The third point is the head of housekeeping is known as executive housekeeper. Then, depending on the size of the hotel, we generally have public area and floor supervisor. And lastly, housekeeping staff are called as attendants according to their area, and junior attendants are called as housepersons. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed. Please attempt the quiz that is given. The link is given in the description box. Please attempt the quiz related to this topic. Thank you very much. I have given the credits for your reference. I use these sites to help me prepare the material for this presentation. Thank you very much.